This isn't just a random video. You didn't stumble upon this by mistake. The universe is calling your name, and it's time to step into your purpose. God's approval is all over you, and the wealth you've been waiting for is about to flood your life in a way you can't even imagine. Get ready for a supernatural shift, one that's going to change everything. Can you feel it? The divine energy is rising, and the breakthrough you've been praying for is already on its way. This isn't just a financial blessing. It's your divine moment to step into a life of abundance, prosperity, and endless possibilities. The doors that have been locked are about to swing wide open, and opportunities you thought were out of reach are coming straight to you. This isn't just about money. It's about aligning with your purpose and receiving the blessings you've been destined for. The chosen ones don't just get rich, they change the world. And you are about to do just that. The wealth coming your way is not by chance. It's by divine design. God has already said yes to your breakthrough. So if you've been waiting for your moment, if you've been feeling like something big is coming, if you're ready to step into this divine wealth explosion, drop a comment below with "I am prepared" to send your signal to the universe and claim your breakthrough. And if you're truly a chosen one, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe, because this journey of abundance, prosperity, and purpose is just getting started. Awaken the divine within you. As a chosen one, you've likely felt the weight of confusion or even detachment from your higher purpose. In this world full of distractions, it's easy to become lost, disconnected from the true calling of your soul. Many of us are taught to chase after material success, follow societal norms, and lose sight of our spiritual path in the process. The result? A nagging feeling that something is missing, a deep longing in your heart, a feeling that you are meant for something greater, yet unsure of exactly what that is. The truth is that God has placed a divine purpose within you, one that transcends the noise of the material world. This purpose is not something you have to search for. It is already inside of you, waiting to be awakened. When you start to feel that emptiness, it's not a sign of failure. It's a sign that your soul is calling you to reconnect with your divine mission. This call is not always loud or obvious. Often, it comes in the form of subtle nudges, feelings of discontent, or moments of inspiration that spark deep within your heart. It might feel like a whisper that tells you there is more to your life than what you're living right now. That undeniable pull you feel. It's the call of God, urging you toward your true purpose. This inner knowing may grow stronger over time, as God's guidance becomes clearer, leading you on a path of greater service and abundance. These whispers from your higher self are divine reminders that you are born for greatness, that you are meant to serve a higher purpose and experience the blessings that come with it. The more you listen, the more you realize that your soul's true mission is aligned with the divine will of God. When this call awakens within you, it's important to act on it. Your purpose will not wait. Igniting your spiritual awakening involves shedding the distractions that have kept you from your divine path. This may mean stepping away from the noise of the outside world, whether it's social media, toxic relationships, or mindless activities that has been clouding your connection to God. To awaken your divine purpose, you need to begin the practice of tuning into your spirit, learning how to quiet your mind, and listening to the divine guidance that is always available to you. Your awakening isn't just about discovering your soul's mission. It's about trusting the path that God has set before you. Sometimes, this path can feel uncertain or intimidating. You might question whether you're capable, worthy, or ready to take on such a divine responsibility. These thoughts are natural, but don't let them hold you back. The call from God isn't about your perfection or readiness. It's about trusting in His plan for your life. God has already equipped you with everything you need to fulfill your purpose. All you need to do is believe in yourself and in the divine plan that has been laid out for you. A crucial part of this process is to align your actions with God's plan. When you seek alignment, your life starts to flow effortlessly. Opportunities arise that are meant for you. You will meet the right people, face the right challenges, and discover new paths that lead to greater fulfillment and success. This alignment isn't something you force. It's something you surrender to. Trust that God will lead you exactly where you need to go. However, one of the biggest pitfalls many of us face is ignoring this call altogether. It's easy to get caught up in the noise, to look for comfort in things that temporarily distract us from our soul's deeper purpose. But if you continue to ignore the pull, the disconnect grows stronger. Over time, you may begin to feel more lost, more frustrated, and less connected to your true self. That inner void, that whispering call, will only grow louder and more persistent until you finally listen. Rejecting the distractions is vital. The world will constantly pull at your attention, offering temporary pleasures that only feed the ego, not the soul. Don't allow these distractions to keep you from hearing God's call. If you truly want to step into your divine purpose, you must be willing to let go of anything that keeps you from focusing on the path that God has set for you. God is always speaking to you, guiding you, but you must make the choice to listen and step forward in faith. In this journey, you will discover that awakening to your divine purpose isn't a single event. It's an ongoing process. Each step you take towards aligning with God's will bring you closer to the abundant life you were meant to live. Your true purpose is already within you. Now is the time to step into it fully and without hesitation. The world needs you, the chosen one, and the time to awaken your divine mission is now. Break the chains of your ancestors' struggles. As a chosen one, it's not uncommon to feel the weight of past struggles weighing heavily on your spirit. For generations, your ancestors may have carried the heavy burden of scarcity and financial hardships, passed down through family lines like invisible chains that seem impossible to break. These struggles are not just financial, but are often deeply rooted in the mindset of lack, beliefs that there's never enough, that success is only for a few, or that true wealth is out of reach. These inherited beliefs can influence your every decision, limiting your growth and preventing you from stepping fully into the abundance that God has intended for you. The challenge is real. You may feel stuck in a cycle of scarcity, unsure how to break free from the old patterns that continue to plague your family. It's as if there's an invisible force holding you back, keeping you from experiencing the prosperity and success that you've always dreamed of. Whether it's inherited fears around money, self-worth, or success, these patterns can deeply impact your financial reality and even your spiritual growth. But as a chosen one, it's time to understand that this is not your destiny. God's plan for you is not to remain in a state of lack. God's signs come in many forms, but one of the most powerful ways He shows His love and guidance is by offering you opportunities for deep healing. You may begin to notice shifts in your perspective, signs that you are moving out of the darkness of scarcity and into the light of abundance. This can come in the form of synchronicities, new ideas, or even small but significant breakthroughs in your life. These moments are God's way of reminding you that you are not bound by the struggles of your ancestors. You are being called to heal and break free from these patterns. As the chosen one, you have a unique opportunity to rewrite the narrative of your family's history. When God shows you these signs of healing, He is giving you a glimpse into the life of abundance that you are meant to live. The chains of your ancestors' struggles were never meant to hold you down forever. You are being called to step into the fullness of your divine inheritance, which includes prosperity, success, and spiritual freedom. To break these chains, the first step is to declare spiritual freedom. This declaration is more than just a wish. It is a powerful affirmation of your intention to let go of the past. It is a firm decision to reject the beliefs that have been passed down to you, beliefs that have kept you bound in a cycle of limitation. You must stand firm in your belief that the scarcity mindset does not define you. God has placed abundance and prosperity in your path, and you are worthy to receive it. Once you declare your freedom, it's time to take action. Breaking these chains involves more than just words. It requires you to actively step into the new reality that God has prepared for you. This means changing the way you think, the way you act, and the way you approach money and success. You must choose to believe that there is more than enough for you, and that your divine inheritance includes wealth, health, love, and success. God is always guiding you toward the abundance that is your birthright. The more you align with this truth, the more the energy of prosperity will begin to flow into your life. However, as you walk this path, it's important to be aware of the old patterns that may try to creep back into your life. You might find yourself reverting to old habits or thoughts, especially when things get difficult. The fear of financial struggle, the worry about not having enough, and the belief that you're unworthy of true success may try to pull you back into the chains you are working to break. These old patterns are not your truth. They are simply remnants of the past, echoes of the beliefs that no longer serve you. When you feel these thoughts arise, remember that they do not define you. You have the power to break free from them. Do not accept the limitations that have been passed down to you. These beliefs were not meant for you. Your inheritance, as a chosen one, is not one of struggle and scarcity, but one of divine prosperity. By continuing to reject these limiting beliefs, you open yourself up to receive all the blessings that God has set aside for you. The road to financial freedom and spiritual prosperity is not always easy. It requires commitment, patience, and a willingness to trust God's plan for your life. But as you move forward with faith and determination, you will see the chains of your ancestors' struggles break away. You will begin to walk in a new reality, one where abundance flows naturally and effortlessly. This is your divine inheritance, and it is time for you to claim it. God has chosen you to be the one to break the cycle of limitation and to create a new path for future generations. Your ability to step into this divine prosperity will not only transform your life, but also the lives of those around you. As you heal and break free from the chains of the past, you empower not only yourself, but the generations that come after you. This is your time to rise, to embrace the abundance that God has set before you, and to step into the fullness of your divine purpose. Embrace your spiritual wealth. No fear. As a chosen one, you are uniquely connected to a divine purpose, and part of that purpose involves stepping into a life of spiritual wealth. Yet many people, including those chosen by God, face a deep-rooted fear when it comes to embracing prosperity. This fear is not a simple hesitation. It's a profound, soul-deep resistance to success. Often, it is an unconscious belief that wealth is dangerous, that it will bring overwhelming responsibility or unbearable burdens. Perhaps you were taught to believe that wealth is something that should be feared or avoided, that those who possess it have to sacrifice their peace or morality to attain it. This fear of wealth is more common than you might think. It's the inner conflict that many face when trying to reconcile their spiritual beliefs with the world's material reality. You may find yourself wanting success, desiring abundance, but simultaneously holding back, unsure whether you truly deserve it or whether it will change you in ways that feel uncomfortable. The fear may not always be obvious, but it's there, quietly holding you back from fully stepping into the divine wealth that is your birthright. But let's make one thing clear. Wealth is not the enemy. Wealth, like love, is a spiritual gift from God, meant to elevate you and everyone around you. The fear you feel is not a reflection of the divine truth. It's a misperception, a false belief that has been ingrained in your subconscious. God did not create you to live in poverty or limitation. He designed you to thrive and prosper. Your abundance is tied to your divine calling, and it is meant to serve a higher purpose. The more you receive, the more you can give. When you begin to understand that wealth is a spiritual blessing, you start to release the fear surrounding it. You realize that wealth is not something to be hoarded or feared. It is an energy, a tool, and a responsibility that, when used correctly, will help you fulfill your purpose. As you open yourself to this truth, you may experience a sense of inner peace and calm. You may feel a deep understanding in your soul that your prosperity is part of God's divine plan for you. The peace that comes from this realization is the sign that you are on the right path and that it is time to embrace the abundance that God has set aside for you. Once you acknowledge this truth, the next step is to release the fear that has been holding you back. Fear can manifest in many ways. It may show up as procrastination, self-doubt, or the belief that you're not worthy of success. You might find yourself hesitating to take bold steps or to claim what is rightfully yours because you are afraid of the consequences. But fear is a lie. It is a tool of the ego, meant to keep you from your true purpose. God has not given you a spirit of fear. He has equipped you with the courage, wisdom, and strength to walk in your divine destiny. To truly embrace your spiritual wealth, you must first acknowledge that your success will come with a higher calling. Every blessing you receive is not just for your benefit, it is meant to be shared. Abundance, in the spiritual sense, is about uplifting others. When you step into your wealth, you have the opportunity to bless others with your resources, your knowledge, and your time. It is a reminder that your wealth is not only a personal blessing, but a means of serving others and making the world a better place. Embrace the idea that your prosperity is not only for your enjoyment, it is a tool for divine service. You may also need to challenge any beliefs that wealth and spirituality are incompatible. Some may have grown up believing that to be spiritual means to live in poverty, to reject material things, or to live humbly to the point of self-sacrifice. While humility is essential, God does not ask you to live in scarcity. In fact, He has prepared a life of abundance for you, so you can carry out your higher purpose. The more you have, the more you can give. Wealth does not take away from your spiritual path, it enhances it, empowering you to do more for others and bring more light into the world. What you must not do is hide from your greatness. If God has placed wealth in your path, It is not to be feared, nor should you shrink away from it. The world needs you to rise, to step boldly into the divine flow of abundance that has been set before you. You are meant to thrive, and to deny that calling is to deny the blessings that God has intended for you and for those who will benefit from your success. Fear keeps you stuck in the past, in the small, limited view of yourself that prevents you from seeing the grand, expansive life that awaits you. Let go of the belief that wealth will change you for the worse. God's abundance will only elevate you to become a greater version of yourself, one that serves others with more love, kindness, and generosity. This is your time to embrace spiritual wealth without fear. Release the fear of success. Embrace your divine inheritance and step into the greatness that you were always meant to achieve. Rise above instant gratification. Align with divine timing. In a world where everything is available at the touch of a button, the temptation of instant gratification can be overwhelming. As a chosen one, you are on a unique spiritual journey, but you may often find yourself drawn to the allure of shortcuts, quick wealth, instant fame, or fleeting pleasures. These promises of immediate satisfaction can easily pull you away from the deeper, more meaningful path that God has designed for you. The fast-paced, instant access culture we live in glorifies the idea that success should come quickly and effortlessly, but this belief can take you off course from your divine purpose. The challenge is real. You might feel a constant pull toward the desire for quick rewards or external validation. Whether it's the lure of easy money, fast fame, or momentary pleasures, these temptations seem so enticing, especially when you're feeling stuck or unsure of your path. It can feel as though you deserve immediate results for the hard work or dreams you've put in, and you wonder why things aren't happening faster. However, the true challenge is to recognize that these shortcuts are not in alignment with your higher calling. The sign from God comes through moments of clarity, when you realize that true wealth and fulfillment are built slowly. These moments often feel like a sudden inner awakening, a quiet understanding that there is no rush. You come to understand that genuine success is not about quick fixes, but about creating a solid foundation built on integrity, patience, and faith. True wealth, both spiritual and material, is cultivated over time, not in an instant. You may begin to feel a deep sense of peace in these moments of clarity, knowing that everything you've worked for is unfolding according to God's divine timing, not the world's. Aligning with divine timing is one of the most important lessons you will learn on your journey as a chosen one. It requires patience and trust. Trust that the abundance, success, and prosperity that you desire will arrive exactly when it is meant to. There is a rhythm to God's plan, a natural flow of events that cannot be rushed. When you align with this divine rhythm, you start to feel a sense of ease in your life, knowing that what is meant for you is on its way, but it must arrive at the perfect moment. It is essential to release the need for immediate results. The world tells you to act fast, to grab opportunities before they slip away, and to always be striving for more. But in doing so, you may be overlooking the bigger picture, God's perfect timing. When you surrender the need for instant results, you allow space for your true blessings to manifest in a way that aligns with your higher purpose. There is no need to rush because you are in divine flow. As you align yourself with God's timing, you trust that the right opportunities will come to you when you are truly ready for them. This is the essence of divine trust, knowing that everything will unfold as it should, and you don't have to force it. In contrast, Chasing after temporary highs and quick fixes will only pull you further away from your true path. Instant wealth, fleeting fame, or brief moments of pleasure may seem like rewards, but they often leave you feeling empty and unfulfilled. These quick fixes do not provide lasting satisfaction or bring you closer to your divine mission. They distract you from the deeper purpose that God has planned for you and can leave you feeling more confused and frustrated than before. Chasing these quick rewards is not in alignment with the rhythm of divine timing, and it will ultimately prevent you from experiencing the true abundance that is meant for you. True wealth and success are built slowly, with consistency and integrity. When you focus on the process rather than the outcome, you begin to create something that will last. Whether it's building your spiritual practice, developing meaningful relationships, or growing your wealth, true success comes from your commitment to your path, not from seeking shortcuts. In doing so, you cultivate a deeper sense of fulfillment that goes beyond the fleeting highs of instant gratification. This is why it's so important to remain patient and focused on your long-term vision. Every step you take, no matter how small, is leading you closer to the divine rewards that await you. When you trust in God's timing, you allow yourself to enjoy the journey rather than obsess over the destination. You start to understand that everything is happening exactly as it should, and every delay or challenge is an opportunity to grow, learn, and prepare for the blessings that are coming your way. Your wealth is sacred. Understand God's blueprint. As a chosen one, you are called to understand the sacred nature of your wealth. In our modern world, wealth is often viewed through a material lens, something to be accumulated for personal gain or for the purpose of securing a comfortable life. Many people work tirelessly to achieve financial success, believing that wealth is the ultimate goal in life. However, for those chosen by God, wealth is much more than just a material goal. It is a spiritual tool, a divine gift meant to serve a higher purpose. The true challenge lies in shifting your perspective to see wealth as a sacred energy that is intricately connected to your spiritual journey. The challenge you may face in this area is seeing wealth solely as a means of achieving personal success. You may find yourself focusing on financial goals, desiring more money, or even chasing after status symbols, thinking that wealth will bring you happiness, security, or fulfillment. But when you treat wealth as just a material goal, you disconnect yourself from its true purpose. This mindset leaves you feeling empty, even when you achieve financial success. Wealth, in this view, becomes an external pursuit, a goal in itself, rather than a tool that can be used to elevate others and manifest the higher purpose for which you were created. God's signs come through moments of clarity when you begin to realize that wealth is sacred. As you grow spiritually, you start to see that your wealth is not just for you. It is meant to be used for the greater good. You may feel a deep sense of responsibility, knowing that what you have been given is a divine gift. You realize that true wealth is not just about money. It is about the power to create change, the ability to serve others, and the opportunity to elevate the world around you. These realizations are not just intellectual ideas, but deep, soul-level understandings that guide you toward a higher way of living. When you understand that wealth is sacred, you see it as a tool that is meant to serve God's purpose in your life. This shifts the way you view money and abundance. Rather than seeing it as something to possess, you begin to view it as a vehicle for change, a way to fulfill your divine calling. This understanding opens up a new way of living, one where your wealth is aligned with your spiritual values. You are no longer working for wealth just to enjoy the fruits of your labor, but to serve a greater purpose. This shift in perspective allows you to attract even more abundance, because when wealth is used with the intention of serving others and fulfilling God's plan, it flows freely into your life. To truly understand the sacred nature of wealth, you must begin to view it as a spiritual tool. This means aligning your heart, mind, and actions with God's abundance. When your thoughts are in alignment with God's vision for you, and when your actions reflect the values of integrity, love, and service, wealth becomes a natural extension of your spiritual journey. The more you focus on using your resources to uplift others and to serve your higher calling, the more wealth will flow into your life. This is God's blueprint for prosperity, wealth that flows through you to help others, to create lasting change, and to manifest the purpose you were designed to fulfill. Understanding the sacred nature of wealth also requires letting go of the belief that money alone will bring happiness. When you see wealth as a spiritual tool, you realize that it is not the accumulation of things that brings fulfillment. It is how you use your resources to align with God's plan for your life. Wealth, when used correctly, creates opportunities to grow spiritually, to help those in need, and to make a positive impact on the world. It becomes less about material gain and more about the transformation that wealth can bring when it is used with purpose. One of the biggest pitfalls you must avoid is falling into the trap of materialism. Materialism is the belief that possessions and wealth are the most important things in life. It is an empty pursuit, one that can never truly satisfy the soul. When you pursue wealth without a spiritual foundation, you may find yourself constantly chasing after more money, more things, more status. Yet, no matter how much you acquire, it will never be enough. Wealth without purpose becomes hollow, and the joy you seek will always be just out of reach. This is why it is so important to keep your focus on God's plan for your wealth and not on fleeting material desires. Step into your true power. Say goodbye to imposter syndrome. As you embark on the journey of embracing your divine calling as a chosen one, there is one obstacle that can be particularly challenging: imposter syndrome. This deep-rooted feeling of unworthiness and doubt often sneaks into your mind when you are about to step into a new level of success or abundance. You may feel like you are not qualified, like you don't deserve the blessings that are coming your way. It's as though you're playing a role in someone else's story, pretending to be who you really are, even though deep down you know you're meant for greatness. The challenge of imposter syndrome is not uncommon, especially for those who are on a spiritual journey. You may find yourself constantly questioning your worthiness, thinking that someone else might be more deserving of the divine abundance that is flowing towards you. As a result, you might hold back from fully stepping into your power, waiting for the right moment, or feeling like you need to earn your place in the world. But this is where the shift in consciousness begins. The moment you begin to recognize that God has chosen you for greatness, you break free from this limiting belief. You realize that your worth does not need to be proven to anyone, especially not to yourself. You are already worthy simply because God has called you. The sign that God is revealing to you comes in the form of an inner awakening. You might suddenly feel a strong sense of purpose, an understanding that you have been chosen for something far greater than you could have imagined. Your wealth and power are not accidental. They are divinely aligned with your higher purpose. God has equipped you with everything you need to carry His blessings and fulfill your mission on earth. The doubts that once clouded your mind begin to fade as you realize that your success is not only possible, but also inevitable. Your worthiness is not something you have to earn. It is inherent in who you are, because you are a reflection of God's power. When you embrace this truth, you begin to stand firm in your divine worth. You affirm that you are deserving of every blessing that comes your way. You acknowledge that you have been chosen for this path of abundance, and that your success is not a fluke or a mistake. It is part of God's divine plan for your life. The moment you affirm your worthiness, you open yourself up to receiving the blessings that have been waiting for you. God has already chosen you. All that's left is for you to accept this truth and step into your power. What you must avoid is shrinking back in fear of success. Many people who struggle with imposter syndrome feel like they need to downplay their achievements or hide their true abilities out of fear that others might think they don't deserve them. This fear of success can be paralyzing. You might tell yourself that you're not ready or that you're not as capable as others think you are. However, this is exactly the moment when you must stand tall and embrace your divine calling. God has chosen you for greatness, not by accident, but with intention. You were created to step into your full potential and fulfill a purpose that only you can carry out. Don't allow fear or insecurity to hold you back from what is rightfully yours. Your light is meant to shine brightly in the world, and you have a responsibility to share it. There is a divine power within you, one that is fully equipped to carry the weight of success and abundance. When you step into this power, you align yourself with God's vision for your life. You begin to see yourself not as an imposter, but as a vessel of divine purpose. The blessings that come to you are not for your own glory, but for the service of others and the fulfillment of God's plan. You are a steward of these blessings, and when you embrace your role with confidence and trust in your divine worth, you allow God's abundance to flow freely into your life and the lives of others. Imposter syndrome often stems from a place of fear and self-doubt, but it is rooted in a lie that keeps you stuck in mediocrity. The truth is that you are worthy of everything God has planned for you. Your wealth, power, and success are not coincidences. They are part of your divine inheritance. When you accept this truth and stop shrinking back, you unlock the door to limitless possibilities. Your true power is waiting for you, but it requires you to stop doubting your worth and start fully embracing your divine purpose. End self-sabotage. Manifest what you deserve. The journey of a chosen one is not only about divine calling and purpose, it is also about overcoming the invisible barriers you place in front of yourself. Many times, the greatest challenge you face on your spiritual path is not the external obstacles, but the internal ones. You may be subconsciously holding yourself back from the very abundance you've been praying for. Fear of failure, perfectionism, and self-sabotaging behaviors can create an invisible wall between you and the success that is rightfully yours. These are the barriers that prevent you from fully stepping into the divine blessings that God has prepared for you. The most common manifestation of self-sabotage is fear of failure. As you pursue your divine purpose and align with God's plan for your life, you may feel an intense fear that you won't succeed, that you'll fall short, or that you'll disappoint yourself and others. This fear often leads to procrastination, as you delay taking action because you are afraid of making mistakes. This fear can create a cycle where you start but never finish. You begin with great intentions, but when it feels too hard, or too overwhelming, you pull back and retreat into your comfort zone. This self-imposed limitation keeps you stuck in a cycle of unfulfilled potential and prevents you from manifesting the life you desire. Another manifestation of self-sabotage comes in the form of perfectionism. You may find yourself constantly striving for things to be perfect before taking action, waiting for the ideal moment, the perfect plan, or the perfect circumstances. However, this pursuit of perfection only serves to delay your success. Perfectionism is an illusion that keeps you from taking bold, empowered steps toward your destiny. It is rooted in the fear of judgment, the belief that you must be flawless in order to deserve success. But true success doesn't come from perfection. It comes from growth, action, and learning through experiences. The sign that God is trying to show you is a sudden realization, an awakening that you have been the one holding yourself back. You may have been blaming external circumstances, others, or even God for your lack of progress, but now you see the truth. You are the creator of your own destiny, and you have the power to break free from the limitations you've placed on yourself. This realization often comes with a burst of clarity, where you recognize that all the wealth and success you've been praying for are already available to you. They are waiting for you to take action, aligned, focused, and confident in your divine path. The abundance you seek is not a distant dream. It is ready to manifest, but it requires your active participation. Once you realize that you've been your own biggest obstacle, the next step is to break free from the cycle of self-sabotage. This is where the work begins. You must commit to your divine path, recognizing that God has called you to something greater. You are not here by accident. Your mission and your abundance are divinely orchestrated, and you have everything you need to succeed. Now, it is time to take empowered action. This means moving beyond your fears, doubts, and insecurities. It means showing up for yourself and your purpose every single day, even when it feels uncomfortable or uncertain. As you take consistent, aligned action, you will begin to see the doors of opportunity open wide before you. You will feel the flow of abundance and success pour into your life, because you are finally in alignment with your higher purpose. The key here is consistent, empowered action. You must show up, even when the road ahead feels uncertain. Trust that as you take each step in faith, God will guide you and provide for you. You are never alone on this journey. Divine support is always there. But you must act. Waiting for the perfect moment or letting fear hold you back will only delay the blessings that are meant for you. Every small action you take moves you closer to the abundant life you deserve. Even when it feels like progress is slow, remember that you are always moving forward. Keep going. Even when things get tough, trust in your ability to manifest what you deserve and know that God's plan for you is unfolding perfectly. It's essential to recognize what not to do in this process. Don't allow fear of failure to control your actions. Fear is a liar. It will always tell you that you are not enough, that you will fail, or that you are not worthy of success. But the truth is that you are worthy, and your failures are simply stepping stones to success. Every setback is an opportunity to learn and grow. Perfectionism is another trap to avoid. If you wait for everything to be flawless, you will never take the leap. There is no perfect moment. There is only the present moment. Take action now in faith, trusting that God's guidance will lead you to success. Divine patience, manifestation, in perfect timing. As a chosen one, the process of manifesting abundance and aligning with your divine purpose can often feel slow, especially when you are eager for the fruits of your labor to come to fruition. In this fast-paced world, impatience can creep in, and you may start to wonder if the dreams you've been nurturing will ever become reality. The challenge you face is learning how to remain patient, even when results don't arrive on your preferred timeline. When the manifestation of your desires takes longer than expected, it's easy to feel doubt and frustration. The temptation to question your dreams and the divine plan can feel overwhelming. You've done the work, aligned with God, and taken inspired action, yet things seem to be moving at a snail's pace. This struggle with patience can be discouraging, especially when you feel that the abundance you've been waiting for is just out of reach. You may start to question whether you're on the right path or if you are truly meant to experience the success and prosperity you've envisioned. This is where divine patience comes into play, recognizing that even in moments of stillness and waiting, God is working behind the scenes. The key to understanding divine patience is recognizing that God's timing is always perfect. While you may feel that things are delayed, the truth is that everything is unfolding according to a higher plan. The sign that God is revealing to you in this process is the subtle, often overlooked signs of progress. These might appear as small wins, synchronicities, or sudden flashes of insight that tell you that you are on the right path. These signs are not grand and overt, but they serve as confirmations that you are indeed making progress, even when it feels like nothing is happening. These tiny victories are proof that God is working in your favor and that what you desire is closer than you think. For instance, you might experience a series of unexpected events that open doors, or you might encounter people who provide guidance and encouragement. These are the divine signs that remind you that your dreams are coming to life in their own time. You may not always see the bigger picture, but these small moments are pieces of the puzzle that God is putting together for you. In times of waiting, it's essential to celebrate these small wins and trust that they are leading you to the ultimate manifestation of your divine abundance. What you must do is embrace the waiting process with faith and patience. When you trust in God's perfect timing, you acknowledge that the delays are not a sign of failure, but rather a sign of preparation. Every moment of waiting is part of the process that is shaping you for the blessings that are about to unfold. It's important to realize that manifestation is not just about receiving, it's about becoming the person who is ready to handle the blessings that God has prepared for you. The waiting time is not wasted. It is an essential part of your growth, refinement, and spiritual alignment. In this space, you are being prepared to step into the abundance that is on its way. The key is to develop a mindset of trust and faith, knowing that God's timing is always aligned with your highest good. When you embrace patience, you allow yourself to surrender to the flow of divine energy. Trust that everything is happening for you, even when it doesn't appear that way on the surface. Your job is to remain steadfast, stay focused on your divine purpose, and continue moving forward, even if the process feels slow. What you should avoid is giving in to impatience or frustration. These emotions only create resistance and block the flow of divine abundance. The energy of impatience sends out a vibration of lack, and this can delay the manifestation process even further. The more you focus on how long things are taking, the more you reinforce the belief that you don't have what you desire yet. This negative energy only perpetuates the feeling of lack and can even cause you to self-sabotage the progress you've made. Rushing manifestation or trying to force things to happen before the time is right can create energetic blockages. The more you push, the more you may feel like you're swimming against the current. Instead, focus on cultivating patience as a virtue. Patience is not just about waiting. It's about trusting in the unseen process and believing that your desires are already being worked out for you. When you trust God's plan, you relax into the flow of life, knowing that every moment of waiting is shaping you into the person who will fully appreciate the blessings that are on their way. By releasing the need to rush the process, you open the door for divine manifestations to flow more easily and abundantly.